So I have an Xbox One here that has an issue with turning on. As you can see, the power brick is orange, and when I try to turn it on, it makes some beeping noise. I know you can hear that. Basically, it doesn't even turn on. It doesn't even try to turn on, and the brick light stays the same when I press the button to turn it on. So I'm gonna attempt to repair this. Then in order to open this the Xbox power supply, you need I guess they call it a T8H screwdriver. Basically, those screws have like something in the center. I just broke them off and used a regular, I believe this is a T6. So this is the Xbox One power supply. There you go. I took it apart. Basically, I'm having issues with the Xbox turning on. It doesn't even start up. If I try to turn on the Xbox, it doesn't even blink. It makes you can hear a noise trying to boot up, but I mean the light on the power supply stays orange. And once I open up this power supply, I notice that this capacitor here is bad. I don't know if you can see. It's about to burst. So I'm gonna try to replace it, see if it fixes the problem. It looks like it's a 16 volt, 1500 microfarad capacitor. So I was checking what I have. I don't have any capacitors to replace that 1500. So I'm gonna have to order one online and replace it later. But from the looks of it, I have to remove this heat shield down here. It's solder on. I don't have someone to help me, so I'm gonna stop the recording and I'll come back later. I'm trying to do this with one hand, so I'm trying to desolder this guy here. Alright. Move this cable out of the way. So basically, put a little bit of solder on here. It's really hard trying to do this with one hand. So basically, try to put solder here, heat it up, and then just pull it off, basically. Pick it off. Boom. Let me check the bottom here. See if anything that may look bad. I don't know, you can see, I don't know, something looks bad here. in this area here. This area here. It's kind of hard to tell my crappy phone here. So I'm going to remove this capacitor here. It's 1500. Replace it, and then I'll come back to see if the Xbox turns on. See if that fixes the problem. I'm gonna clean this area here, see if I see anything, any parts that are blown or damaged, or it's just dirty. Let me see. See if I can show you guys my soldering skills here. I'm not that great, but I'm gonna try to desolder this capacitor here using my crappy soldering tools. So I forgot to mention, try to remove this goo off, whatever it is. I was trying to take out the capacitor and I forgot to remove this. So I desoldered the capacitor. It's kind of hard to see. But I'm gonna remove the goo and then try to find a replacement capacitor. So I removed it. It's right here. I have a crappy tester here. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's bad just by looking at it. But you can see it measures 733.34 microfarad. It should be measuring close to 1,500, around there. So I replaced the capacitor already. As you can see, here's the old one that I removed. So I put a bigger voltage capacitor. I believe this is I think this is, I couldn't read it. It's a 25 volt capacitor. But you can see, when you solder this back on, don't remember this side is negative on this side. And as you can see, I'm gonna try to test it now. See my Xbox turns on. So the light turned white now. And if I try to turn on my Xbox, it turns on. Sorry for the bad camera. The fan's on. Seems to be working just fine. So the problem was that bad capacitor. As you saw before, the light on the power supply stayed orange, and the and the Xbox wouldn't boot up. The light on the Xbox wouldn't even turn white, and yeah, so that was the fix. Well, you can run. It could be your problem might not be the same. It just happened that mine was pretty easy. It was just a capacitor that went bad. But you know, you might have the same problem where it is just this capacitor here or another capacitor that's on its way out. So you can replace it with just make sure you replace it with the same value, 1500 microfarads, and 16 volts or higher. You could go like 25 or 35. It won't be a problem. But just remember, the higher you go in voltage, the bigger the capacitor is, and you might run out of room here. I think a 25 volt is just fine. I mean, still on, works fine. Should be good for a few more years, hopefully. I guess the camera on my phone is better. As you can see right there. Let me see if I can focus. There you go. I saw there's a new capacitor, and yeah, as I mentioned, the Xbox turned on, so it was just a bad capacitor. And like I was saying, I bought this crappy power supply on eBay for $12, and I'm definitely don't plan to use this just because it's. I'll post some pictures on the video. I compare the power supplies. I took a picture of the internals here. You know, but it's a pretty light power supply compared to the Xbox original. The Xbox original is a bit on the heavy side, I guess. But you check here. The output is 12 volts DC, 10.83 amps, and 5 volts at 1 amp, which is not enough, you know, to power the Xbox. I mean, the Xbox turns on fine, but I'm pretty sure once I start playing games and I start drawing more power, the power supply, this crappy eBay power supply, is gonna burn out, because it's probably gonna start how do you say it, drawing more current than the power supply can handle, because the original power supply, as you can see here, is 12 volts DC and it can it's 12 volts DC at 17.9 amps and 5 volts 1 amp. So this is basically like a 250 watt power supply, and this is probably like 150 or something.